What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy Hands 56. Welcome to, I guess that's a trend now, my zombie map tier list. And just for a couple of things of transparency, number one, I am doing this at 12, as of right now, 12:34 in the morning. So I'm definitely making the smart decision right now by doing it right now. But I'm just gonna go into a couple of little bit of criteria. Number one, it's my personal opinion, so don't bitch. Number two, I am more of an Easter egg guy. So if I rank some of the earlier maps not as prominently as others would, that's why I prefer Easter eggs like my maps of more substance. And there, you see here, there's a haven't played or no opinion because I've barely played them. That's pretty much anything that is extinction. So that is gonna go right there. Where are the rest of them? Yep, you're in there. Kind of sucks this is not in order. Where the hell are the other ones? There's one right at the beginning, and then there's one more. If it's extinction, I'm not ranking it because I don't have an opinion because I barely played them. I've maybe put in like 2 hours into extinction, and there's the last one, and it's been years, so I have no real opinion on those. And for the maps, I'm gonna go in order. I'm just gonna go map order. I'm not gonna pick randomly off the top of my head of what time they released. So I was going to start with like Knocked and then go on. And I'm also on each one, as far as like the ones on Chronicles and like the remakes, I'm going to give my opinion what of my favorite of those are. So I'm going to put the best foot forward on if I pick Knocked, I'm going to say whether I like the World of War, Black Ops 1, or Black Ops 3 version the best, and then rank it as such. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, like I said, Nocturne Toten. Put it here for now. Noct is the best version is World of War. I understand it's the buggiest, but it's also A, the most challenging, and B, it's where the mode shines the brightest because you get the eeriness, and it being slow paced at the beginning is sort of okay since once you get the ball rolling and you get the flamethrower strat, you can crank out rounds. And it's definitely a really good skill gap one to really just like learn how to kite and learn how to train. So I can respect Notch for that. Black Ops One, they had the Thunder Gun, but it's more the same. And Black Ops Three, where I appreciate them having it and adding perks in like the Wonder Fizz, it takes away from the map and it's just too slow and like what the weapon criteria, I'd rather play other maps on Black Ops 3. So World of War is definitely the best one, and again, it's a standard bear. You can't put it anywhere else but average. I don't know where it'll rank within average, but it's the standard bear. You literally that's without this, there's no zombies because this was like the trial run that went so well. So you kind of have to put it at average. So that's where we're gonna have it. Verruct. There we go. So Verruct, people are gonna disagree. My personal favorite version is the Black Ops 3 version from Chronicles. I think adding the Wonder Waff was the best thing to happen to Verruct. Having that, I like the Gobblegums because it's more. I like it's something like Verruct. I do like doing like a camping strat. I don't feel like doing like the whole map train other people do and running the traps. Which, if you could do that in World of War, more power to you. The Black Ops 1 version is just nothing. Like, there's no benefit to the Black Ops 1 version. You get the Winter's Howl, which is you may as well just keep your M1911. And there's is there in the end it's just the standard four perks on that map on the Black Ops 1 version that the like that version is definitely the worst. And actually the worst on pretty much every front of these classic maps. So I prefer the Black Ops 3 version, and I actually have a really good time. Like I especially co-op, and you get if you run the Crake Power and get some upgraded Wonder Waff and upgraded Monkey Bombs, it's a really good time, and you can easily get to like round 50 without having to try too hard, just really this time. So I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna put it at good. It's probably gonna end up being towards the bottom of good, but I have a good time in Barrage. Okay, and where is she at? Shinonuma. There you are. Okay, so Shinonuma. So clearly the World of War version's the best. Without a doubt, like I said, just running that strat with the PPS station, the Wonder Waff is loads of fun, ridiculously fast high rounds. Again, it's a nice skill gap, and again, the World of War version is hard because there is no solo quick revive. You go down, you're dead. That's it. So, but I like the fast pace. If I had to rank it, it'd be World of War, Black Ops 3, then Black Ops 1. I don't see the appeal for Black Ops 1 on a lot of these, especially the original World of War one. So I actually prefer Shinonuma over. I prefer Shinonuma over Noct, but I actually prefer Verruct. I like the aesthetic and the vibe of Verruct a lot more than Shinonuma. So I'm actually gonna put Shinonuma in average above Noct. I might change it. I might move it up a little bit higher, but if I have more fun on rounds on Shinonuma than I do Noct, but it just doesn't have that aesthetic appeal to. And if it didn't have the Wonder Waff, Shinonuma wouldn't really be a. The Wonder Waff carries that map, which I know the Wonder Waff carries Verruct, but I just didn't fit with me on Shinonuma. I love the Wonder Waff fits perfectly in Verruct. I just it's just again it's personal preference. So definitely go with Shinonuma and the World of War Shinonuma, the World of War Noct, and the Black Ops 3 Verruct so far. And Darius. Where is Darius? Where is Darius? I see the giant. I'm gonna get into that yet. There we go, Darius. Darius is just the iconicism of this map. It automatically goes in great. Like that's just an objective based. Like it has to go in great. What do I prefer? Do I prefer Black Ops One or World of War? I enjoy the guns more in World of War, but the overall engine and especially on World of War on Darius, it's just so broken. It's so hard to play it. That was a toss up. I honestly just for a the solo quick revive and b and just the overall stability, I'd probably go with the Black Ops One version. But the Reach is just an iconic map. It's literally what put zombies on the next level. Like that, the Reach is what made it like a global franchise. So it has to be in great. I don't think it's near perfect. I probably from overplaying it. So that's just my opinion. But the Reach is objectively a great map. So and again, zombies wouldn't be where it is without the Reach. So you have to put it where it is. All right, next up, Kino. I'm gonna get shit for this one. I I don't get Kino. I really don't. Like I understand that's where a lot of people were introduced to zombies, so they're gonna put it like tours in the great category. I'm not a big fan of Kino. It's overrated. It is the most overhyped map in zombies history. It's not like lackluster. Like I get the point of it. It's just not my cup of tea. I'd probably put it in average. Like like I have everything I want on Kino, like but better on other maps. Like Darius has a very similar concept, and Darius is more iconic than Kino to me. I prefer the challenge of training on Darius over the challenge of trying to train with the Thunder Gun on Kino. And we're gonna get into the next map here in a minute. I Kino is just bland to me. I get it, like it's a lot of people's first map, but to me it's overrated. So I'm gonna leave it at average. I can't really put a lackluster because what it does right, but it's not my cup of tea. Next up, we have Ascension. Where are you? Oh, Awakening. Oh crap, that's part of that too. Yeah, that goes in there too. They had, damn, they had five. Fuck. Okay, good for them. Where the hell is Ascension? There we go. All right, Ascension. Bar none, prefer the Black Ops 3 version. Black Ops 1 is ugly. It didn't really encourage the perks. Like, PhD was great, but you didn't really run Mustang and Sally on that map. You ran Thunder Gun, but you still do that in Black Ops 3. The Easter egg actually rewards with the Perkaholic. The monkeys are way easier to balance out with A, with the trip mines, and B, just overall movement in Black Ops 3. It's way easier to deal with the monkeys. And with the Shinigami gums, you can get perks on certain areas. Like, you can get Jug and never open it. So Jug's permanently safe. Where before, you wouldn't, like on Black Ops 1, you wouldn't consider getting Jug because you're to lose it every time. So, bar none, Black Ops 3 Ascension is the better version. And I'm going to put it in good. I would prefer playing Ascension over Verruckt. I enjoy the higher rounds. I enjoy playing a lot. Again, this is a very good co-op map. I'm more of a co-op person than a solo. So, Ascension definitely goes in good. It would be either top of good, probably, or bottom of great. Again, I'm thinking of these on the fly, just getting my overall opinion of what I prefer. So definitely a good map. I think it got unjustly, like, it was initially like really loved and then kind of got dicked on later on. So I like Ascension. Next up, Call of the Dead. Mm. Okay, so transparency for the Black Ops 1 maps. I suck at Black Ops 1. I'm not good at it. So it's hard for me to. I ain't putting it there. I'm getting on the screen. It's hard for me to rank Black Ops 1 because I know it's not the map's fault. I know it's more me. Like, I've tried playing Call of Duty because I've heard so many good things about it. I can't even get a good setup on it. Like, I can get Mustang and Sally, I can get PhD, I can get to like the 20s, and then Scavenger is like not doing as well. It's hard to kill George. I've never been. This is one of the few Treyarch Easter eggs I've never done. I just can't get a setup. And again, I prefer playing co-op. I don't really have a lot of people who play Black Ops 1. So it's harder for me to rank Call of the Dead. I don't want to give it shit because I'm not good at the game. Uh, mm, it's either going to be the top of average or bottom of good for me. I don't, just because I know it's on me. I'm going to put it at the bottom of good. That'll probably be my lot. That'll more likely be my bottom good map. It's hard to it's hard for me to rank that one because I know it's more me than the map. I've seen people do very well on it. I obviously you only get to like probably the 50s because I know the scavenger shits out, and the VR11 is really just to get rid of. You run the VR11 just to get rid of George. Once you get all your perks and you get the Wonder Waff, if you beat the H ray, you get the Wonder Waff. Like then you literally hold the VR11 probably with like Mule Kick and just get rid of George every round so you have to deal with him. So there's a viable high round list with zombies, but there's no. I don't think there's any traps, and the scavenger just shits out. So it's hard for the high round end, but I get the iconicism of the map, and I get like again, it's me. I suck at Black Ops 1, so it's harder for me. It's harder for me to look at those objectively. So I would say bottom of good. Shangri La. Uh, again, shockingly, Black Ops 1 version is way better than Black Ops 3 version. Without PhD Flopper, this map is painful. Like PhD Flopper is essential on this map. This is the one map where PhD is absolutely crucial because you need that Mustang and Sally just because it's so tight. It's such tight corners. With that being said, I used to hate this map, but I've when I've gotten a little bit more skill and I got decently better at Black Ops 1, I can really see what people appreciate by doing the Mustang and Sally and the baby gun. I can really appreciate it. It's they're very tight, high around, and it's actually a lot of fun. Black Ops 3, terrible. Black Ops 1, which is the preferred version, I'm probably being generous on some of these. I probably should have a lackluster by now. I'm gonna put this. I'll put it in average. Probably gonna be in the bottom of average. Actually, no. Kino's being my bottom of average. I don't like Kino that much. I like Shang. As I said, I can appreciate it now than I way more than I did a couple years ago. Moon, Moon. Black Ops One version again. I'm not a big fan of. Black Ops Three is incredible. The Easter egg, that Easter egg being able to be done solo is amazing. The graphic upgrade on that is just insane, and the gameplay like is just so much more fluent. Even with Moon, like I don't mind training in any spots. Like I can train out right by where the teleporter is, and mule kick. I can train in the biodome. Like there, and like the you don't lose the sound as much. With double tap 2.0 and the Rego Mark II, you can take care of the cosmonaut with no real issues. Moon is an insanely fun map for me. I'm gonna put it in great. I have such a good time on Black Ops 3 Moon. It's definitely the Chronicles version. I can definitely see the Black Ops 1 going in lackluster or bad, but the Black Ops 3 version is it's a really good time. I like give it another shot if you haven't. Now Transit. Where is it? Now, again, I'm a co-op guy. Co-op, I played it a couple times on co-op with friends. I can see the appeal. It's chaotic, so it's kind of like that. It's so bad it's good kind of thing. But solo, this map is miserable, and I'm primarily like on Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. I have to unfortunately primarily play solo. I just don't because I'm not I don't want to pay another $60 each to buy these games again, and then the DLC on PC, and you can't buy it on PlayStation. To which I was an Xbox person, so I don't really play the I can't really play as much besides by myself. I I have to do it. It's I can appreciate the map in co-op. In solo, it is miserable, and I'm primarily on Black Ops One and Black Ops Two. I'm a solo player primarily, so just bear that in mind. It sucks on solo. It's completely miserable. Even just trying to do the simplest things as like a pack a punch as a gamble, that's just not good in any capacity for a solo game. So and the four perk limit just murders this map because you desperately need stamina up, you desperately need career value, desperately need Juggernaut, but you also kind of need speed call up because all the guns feel a little clunky, especially all any of the decent guns because the red gun at this point was starting to suck, and there's no PhD, so you can use that. So you're primarily using LMGs, and they are slow on reload. It was a struggle. So, and the jet gun is a piece of trash. The A, if they did shared inventory. B, uh, if it was on a next gen, they probably wouldn't have done the denizens, or at least made it look a little bit better. And there's so much potential. That's why it sucks to put it in painful. There's so much potential to transit. That stands right now again as a primarily a solo player. It sucks. I can't play it. So next up, we got Nuketown. Nuketown. Where is Nuketown? Where the f is Nuketown? Is it not on here? Is Nuketown not on here? Are you shitting me? Wow, it's not. Oh, fuck. Neither is Alpha Omega. Wait, seriously? Oh, there's Alpha Omega. All right. Well, I'll just say I'd rather play Nuketown and Alpha Omega. We'll get to it later, but I would put Nuketown in either bottom of lackluster or top of bad. If I had the image, it's not. I understand the challenge aspect, but I think that's another map that already does that challenge aspect better, which is Town. So I don't see a point in playing Nuketown. And it's clunky. It's again too much RNG. Where if you have to reset multiple times just to get a possibly good game, it's just fucking that's stupid. So yeah, it would either be bottom of lackluster or top of bad. No, it'll be bad. It's bad because if it was, it's bad. There's too much RNG involved, and it's Black Ops 2 engine is just fucking broken. And here's another controversial one. I hate this map next up more than Transit. Where the fuck is it? If you guys watch my old ass video on Black Ops 2, worst to best, I think actually put Transit above, below it. But fuck Die Rise. Die Rise is the I despise Die Rise as far as in Black Ops 2 maps. And as far as Treyarch's catalog in general, fuck Die Rise. It is impossible to play. The only saving grace in that thing is the Siliquifier. And it is. And again, this made it even worse because I just played a Black Ops 3 custom map, Kowloon, that had its Siliquifier on there. But used it so much better and took advantage of the verticality so much more than Die Rise ever did. Oh god, dude, it's ugly as fucking map. Pointless as far as the quest, as far as like the Easter egg quest goes for the Victus crew. Complete fucking waste of time. And it's a waiting simulator. It's so slow to get up. And like if you're slower than Transit, and Transit is the size of fucking New Jersey, and you can't, and you're taking longer than that, the map is miserable, completely miserable, and it's imbalanced. So you can get the Circle Fire by round two, and then it's the trample steam again. That no shit inventory. You can only carry one trample steam, so you can't do any fast traveling. You have to go around the entire map just to get back to buy a perk or buy ammo for a gun. It's fucking stupid. So, yeah, Die Rise, completely painful, miserable, hate the map. And now we can go from that to one of my favorite maps. And there's complete bias on this one, so don't give me shit. There we go. Mob of the Dead. Near fucking perfect. One of the most beautiful maps. And again, credit to how well the story is told to have brand new characters that we never seen before and have never seen again in an official Treyarch map, like as the main characters, and get so invested so easily into every single one of them. And it's not even like fuck the Goodfellas like bias. It's incredible storytelling. That trailer is one of the best things I've seen in a video game. For the Mob of the Dead trailer with the intro is great because it gets across their characters very well. But even like the gameplay trailer with like the where are we going? Oh, amazing. It's again I've seen a lot of again the Smith plays. Rest in peace to the Smith Plays channel. Like I said, he's still doing good. Hope he's doing well. But the movie within a map is such a perfect way. And again, I enjoy a good story. And this map is just driven by story. So it ticks all my boxes. And high rounds on it are, I haven't gone around 100. So I can imagine that being miserable because I know the Vitrolic Withering is not an infinite damage. That the only thing on there is the Hell's Redeemer. So you probably do that in traps. So high rounds probably aren't the most fun, but it's doable. And like the combination of the Vitrolic Withering, you're pretty safe because you have the distraction effect. So, and Electric Cherry has never shone better because the Vitrolic Withering, because the way Electric Cherry works is that the more ammo that's depleted, the more powerful the burst is. So in something like Childlike Withering, when you're always throwing out all your ammo, you get the maximum effect. And it worked beautifully. And Afterlife, I really liked. I think they did better with that mechanic later on, which we'll get to it later. I love Mob. Definitely one of the greatest maps of all time. All right, I kiss this ass enough, so I'll move on. Buried, buried. Where shall be buried? Buried is a great map, no doubt in my mind. I prefer Moon over Buried. Buried objectively is an incredible map. I kind of went back and forth on it. Like I liked it when I played it with some one of my old friends on split screen. Then I hated it because it was like solo, very boring. And then I grew to appreciate it. Again, that's one map I've never beaten this Easter egg because again, you need 4 people. Again, I'm on Xbox. I don't really play people on Xbox anymore. I got to get it on another console. But I can just genuinely appreciate what they did with this map. They really turned around the Victus crew on this map, where people didn't mind as much of them coming back because they did such a good job of kind of redeeming those characters after Dire Rice fucking destroyed them. And with the two sides and like getting like a genuine like reward and like the decisions you made, and it all culminated on this map, so you can really appreciate it. The witches were a nice little new feature. The maze that constantly changes every time the lights come back on in the house. It is, and just and all the little things, the free perk by doing the ballistic knife and the dartboard, tipping the pianist and getting it and buying a cheap perk. It's just so many little things. All the buildables. Again, the Zelensky buildable thing was shit, but definitely the least miserable on that map. So I love Buried, and it definitely deserves great. It should not be any lower than great on pretty much anyone's tier list. Now, here comes the controversial pick. I've played this map to death. I do love this map. Uh, Origins. It has to go in near perfect. It's probably going to be in the bottom. Like I definitely prefer Mob over Origins. Now the problem is, and this is where I have an issue with like I'm trying to go with which one I prefer better. Like if you prefer the Black Ops 2 or the Black Ops 3 version, everyone goes Black Ops 2 for the Easter egg and then do that step with the putting all the stabs in the robot. I'm not a speedrunner, so and I usually play co-op. And the iconic weapons I would want to use, like the Mauser, the MP40, the MG08, and then in the stabs I have that on Black Ops 3. And the gameplay is smoother, the movement is smoother with the slide versus the I prefer the Black Ops 3 version. That's the controversial, like everyone goes Black Ops 2. I prefer I prefer objectively the Black Ops 3 version, and because it still has all the features. Like you have the gobble gum system, you could just pop a perkaholic and be done with it. Or if you want to run classics, you can still do the red dig sites and get all the perks. Like you still have the option, you still have the flow, and double pack a punch. It does open your horizons a little bit, but you're still relying on the staff. And again, the sliding on that with the mud, it changes the game. I mean, it really does. So I prefer the Black Ops 3 version, and you have to put it near perfect. Because to me, it was going to be bottom and near perfect or top of great. But I've played it a lot of times with buddies all the time, and every time we do it, it's an enjoyable experience. So I had to put it near perfect. Now, before we get into my favorite game, we're gonna get into the Oh, I didn't realize I didn't do any of the survival maps. Okay, Bus Depot is bad. It's it's a shittier knocked. There's no fucking point to play it. Town is good. I'll put it at the bottom of good. I Town is the best survival map on that game, bar none. Farm is bad. I actually prefer Bus. No, I don't. I said, and is that it? Bus Depot Farm because there's no diner version. Yep. All right, so there's survival maps. All right, now on to Exo Zombies. Is Exo Zombies on here? Oh my god, I did not do 5. Holy shit, how did I forget 5? Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. Again, this kind of goes back to the I'm bad at Black Ops 1. So I'm putting an average. I prefer the challenge of it more than I do Kino. I'm shitting on Kino. I don't like Kino that much. Either version. I would go with the Black Ops 3 version of Kino, by the way, over the Black Ops 1. Again, it has weapons I would want to use and just it's smoother. So I got the Black Ops 3 version of Kino, but in 5 is again I'm bad at it, but they did add into good things. It's hard to get a high round going on it. The Winter's House still sucks, and as tight as it is without PhD on that map, it is kind of hard for high rounds. I did the trap strat up in the up at the top, so it's I think it's the war room, so it's a little no, the war room is the middle floor, then the lab, the top floor, like the conference room with where the traps are, the metal detectors. So it's kind of hard to play it, but I can respect the challenge, and again, it's hard for me to judge those because I suck at Black Ops 1. So I can't believe I forgot that. But now moving on to there we go, Exo Zombies, Outbreak. Now I'm gonna be kind of cruel on Exo Zombies. I didn't really like any of them, especially Outbreak, and it's not totally the map's fault, but the fact we had to pay DLC to try out a new mode, we didn't get a launch map to even experiment, is fucking stupid. Sorry. I understand that's not entirely Sledgehammer's fault. That's Activision because they weren't going to have a zombies mode until everyone bitched about not having one, and then they put out a mediocre one. So I wish they never did. So anyway, Outbreak. Uh, I'm gonna kind of give a shit because Outbreak I think is the better one. Did Exo's the best because there was a lot of areas where you had the free forming movement. We can actually take advantage of the exosuit. You had the outside, you had that middle circular area. But even with that, like the EMZs just fucking ruin every one of these maps because the main function is to have the exosuit. I can understand in the zombies them things jump and hit you, but the fact that they can fucking slow you down to a snail's pace and they can still jump and destroy you. So yeah, lackluster. Um, Infection. Where the fuck is that piece of shit? Uh, there. Nope. I'd rather play Infection than over Die Rise, but it's still painful. Still fucking terrible. The again getting locked down in one room. It's fucking horrendous. The Magnetron is shit. The Easter egg is not fun. I don't think I beat any of these Easter eggs. Honestly, I might have beaten Outbreaks, and I might have beaten Carriers. I fucking Infection is a miserable map to play. Moving, I done the dirtiest on that map. The objective rounds every like 5 rounds, where the punishment is way too great. Like Origins, I thought Origins is bad with the punishment of if you didn't do the if excuse me if you let the generators go, you had to go back and redo them. But guess what? I can if I want to set it in the crazy place and just run my fucking rounds. I can do that if I want to sit at the mound and say fuck it. I don't need the pack punch anymore, or I don't need perks anymore. I can. if I want to train around in the fucking Burger Town area of infection, I have to do it, and it's fucking broken, and you can't do it by past round 10 because all the guns are shit. Fuck infection. Carrier. I know. I honestly, I'd probably rank it as that, and then I just didn't like Exos, and I'd probably put Descent there. I'd probably being a little harsh, but I didn't fucking like Exos. I don't like any of the maps. I thought Descent was not fun at all. Again, I didn't. I've put the time in to try all by myself. Again, these are wars I just did more solo. I'm sure co-op is more of a chaotic mess, but the way I experienced them, I did not fucking like any of them. And some people say I'm probably being harsh. Some people say I'm probably being generous. So they're taking up that ranking for me. I didn't have a good time, and I would probably do it in that order. Maybe you could flip Outbreak and Carrier, but Descent is definitely at the worst of those three, and then Infection is a fucking piece of trash. Anyway, now we can move on to the good stuff. Where is it? Shadows of Evil. Where are you, beautiful? Oh my god, where the fuck is Shadows? What the fuck? Told me I have Black Ops 4 on here and I don't have. Am I blind? Okay, I see the Giant. I see Detzenbo, the Rising Drac. Did I put Shadows on the fucking. What the hell? Where the fuck is Shadows? There we go. Jesus Christ. Get up there, beautiful. Objectively and personally, this is the best map. The little things you can do in this map is just incredible. I love the Apothecary Servant. The only two complaints I have about this map is no Apothecary Servant upgrade, which there was one. I wish they kept that Easter egg in. They didn't have to make it as overpowered as it was initially on launch, but they should have kept it in. And you can't complete the full Easter egg on solo. Besides, because I can play co-op with like 2 to 3 people, but it's hard to get forward to do the full Easter egg to get the summoning key thing to get the RK5. But in general, objectively, I am an Easter egg guy. I like having shit to do, and I don't think there's any map that did it better than Shadows. The Beast mode is way better than Afterlife. It's more engaging to the map. It's an incredible experience. Again, I like the keeping up with stuff to do. The lore in them have is good. The characters were I wouldn't want to say they were a weak spot. I don't want to say but they were, you know, I really like Jessica, Jackie fucking Vincent is just funny. Floyd the boxer is he is what he is what he is. He's not irritable if I get him. And Nero's a little annoying. I ain't gonna lie, but Shadow is an incredible experience, and it's Treyarch's fucking baby. That is there. They put everything into it, and I can appreciate that. Objectively, it is the most polished map they've ever released. People hated it because it was the launch map. That is the biggest problem with Shadows. It was the launch map. If they launched with the Horizon Drock, which I might get into this in a second after we do the Giant, they launched with the Horizon Drock and the Giant, and then DLC 1 with Shadows, people would have saw that in a completely different light because they would have had variety. Because you either had a map that people have already played before on launch, which you had to pay for, which was the DLCs are hard, but you shouldn't. The Giant is one that should have been free. Just let newer players come in and actually experience the mode for fun. Shadows was overwhelming, but if you take the time to learn it, you can really appreciate it. And I love Shadows of Evil. I don't think anything has topped it since, but it is objectively and personally the best map, bar none. The Giant. Ugh. Debating if I prefer the Giant or Doris, which would be the Black Ops 1 version. The Gobblegums don't really make a difference for me, but Double Tap 2 does. So this is probably another controversial decision. It's not as iconic. The map looks better. Double Tap 2 makes a major difference as far as camping because you have the Dingo, you have the Dingo, you have the Dracon, even if you don't run the WAF. Those you can easily get to the 40s to the 50s just by camping with those two. The double pack a punch makes a big difference as far as like variety. So that's the biggest problem with especially with the older World of War and Black Ops One maps. Is one person gets the wonder weapon of like one person gets the wake gun, one person gets the wonder waff. The other person's fucked. That's the thing with double pack a punch. Everyone can get dead wire, and they pretty much have their own little mini wonder waff. So, and I've played them both co-op. I have more fun than the Giant. That's a controversial pick, but I prefer the Giant. I don't think it gets near perfect, but it's a fun map. And again, if I prefer it over the original Duration, if I put Duration great, it makes sense for me to put above it. Horizon Drak. This is going to be the controversial pick. It's probably the most people are going to get most pissed off about because everyone's immediately going to put it somewhere in here. I'm gonna put it at the top of great because the main map you compare it to is Origins, and where I do think they did some things better. The main thing they did better is the fact for the Easter egg you only have to do only do as many wonder weapons as you have players. So if you run Darius and Drax solo, you only have to do one bow. That's great. Besides that, it's I appreciate it because it is a fun map, but I overplayed it, and B, it is so incredibly safe. It's hard to really appreciate it. It is the hey, sorry, let's just give you guys everything you actually wanted at the launch. Like sorry about Shadows, probably should have waited on that. This one's on us, kind of thing. At least in my opinion, I objectively it's a great map. The bow balancing is just gotten so fucked up, and it's again I've overplayed it. Like if I'm going for a higher round on any Black Ops 3 map, like I resent doing it on Horizon Drive the most. It's boring for me. So I know I'm kind of shitting on it to try to justify. It's an incredible map, objectively an incredible map. The wonder weapons are a lot of fun. I'm hoping they get the balance a little bit better because initially the Void Bow was not very good, but now the Wolf Bow is kind of shit. So I wish they balanced it a little bit better, where they all have their pros and cons, but then depending on your play style. Unfortunately, the Storm Bow is the one you have to use. Like if you can, especially and also there's a glitch where everyone can get a Storm Bow, so there's no point, absolutely no point of running any other one. So you're still essentially on one wonder weapon. So I can't put it. I can't put it in near perfect because I think there's some things they could have done better. So that is, I'll put Direction Jock in great. I and I don't even know if it's gonna end up being in my top five. Honestly, well, we'll have to see how the list shakes out. But what is next? Zetsubo. Zetsubo is so underrated. It is so underrated. I can understand why people didn't like it, but again, I'm an Easter egg guy. I like having shit to do. The only problem with it is I was gonna put it in the bottom of great. I'm gonna put it in the top of good, only for the sole fact of the RNG on trying to do certain challenges. Certain challenges they are miserable to do, that you have to reset, and also having to use anywhere but here for the Easter egg. Those two things suck, and that's probably that puts it down a tier for me, honestly. but I love the aesthetic of the map. The Thrashers are not great bosses, but they're also not that bad to beat. I honestly prefer the Thrashers over the Spiders. The Spiders piss me off more. Sometimes you don't see them and they fuck up your train. Thrashers, you either run the KT4 or hit the spores. You'll fuck them up real quick. And I get there's also that little chance of either you just kill one or two and done with it, or you get like fucking 8 in one round. I get that's sometimes a problem, but also beating that Easter egg is not that bad because it just flows at the map. You know, you're beating the challenges to get rewards, to get these free guns, to get this free perk slot, to get these other things. And then you get the shield, and then you see the shield, and it's like, oh hey, I can set the perks and get them half off for the free perk slot I just got. Or oh hey, I can get this cog and get the free Masamune and get the upgrade. And then oh hey, I hadn't picked up this cog on the way over. And then do the boss fight. Best cutscene in the entire best cutscene in all of Black Ops 3, bar none. And then you have one of the best camping spots. That bottom of the elevator outside the boss fight arena, just run that with the KT4. The KT4 is an incredible wonder weapon. Incredible. And when we're talking about bosses, I'm going to go quickly back to Shadows of Evil. Another reason why. The Margwa is bar none the best boss in all of zombies. Hands down, this is the most balanced. It is challenging, but you are rewarded promptly, A, with a drop, and B, with a lot of points. No boss does that better. Absolutely not. I believe the Thrasher still gives you 500 points. It's not done as well, and the multiplication can get a little annoying, but still incredible. So that's about to get shit on too much. I know it's not everyone's favorite map from Black Ops 3, but it's a good map, and I'm biased. I love Black Ops 3. Okay, Gorar Krovi. Ugh. I'm sorry, it's not a near perfect map. It's hard because there are some days I'm going between here and here. There's some days some people gonna get pissed off. Honestly, I prefer Zetsubo over Goron. Zetsubo is a better. I prefer the high rounds, and the Easter egg is a lot more palatable for casual players and just certain steps. I'm not saying they're gobblegum reliant, but like compared to Zetsubo, like Zetsubo is a gobblegum reliant Easter egg because you have to run anywhere but here. There's no ifs ends about it. If ends but about it. But Gorod, it's so needed, like the undead man walking. And even then, like, you also need Perkaholic because you need the jug, you need the stamina up, you need the widow's wine to survive half these things. Like you need a lot of those things. So it's hard to really. Yeah, it's hard, but also like I'm looking at higher rounds as well. I like Zetsubo high rounds better because the Reagan Mark III, it's a fun weapon, but it shits out, and then you're down to just using double pack punch, which it's doable, it's fine, but it's also like if I'm just going to run double pack punch, I can go run the John, I can go run Kino, I can go run this, and get the same outcome. There is no save me wonder weapon because the Reagan Mark III is not going to save you. You may stun a couple of them in like round in like the 80s, but you're gonna get cornered and you're dead. In Zetsubo, you can charge like KT4, get out of it, or you had the skull non Sopway. Okay, you had the dragon. Dragon's really good, but at least right now at this current moment, ugh, fuck, I'm torn between those two. You know, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it above Zetsubo. I like the boss fight better. The Nikolai boss fight is a lot of fun, even though with Idolize you could fucking cheese the shit out of it. You can beat Nikolai in like 10 seconds without a lot. But besides that, the boss fight's a lot of fun. But the Easter egg steps that get there suck. Like, it's not fun. And the fucking trophy thing, I'm not a big fan of the Easter egg process itself, but the boss fight's fun. There's an anywhere we hear glitch with that as well, that you can actually get back to the boss fight arena for high rounds, which is fun. So, I respect Gorod. It's not my favorite. Honestly, it's towards my bottom, but it's of Black Ops 3. I'm really torn between those two, but it's I enjoy it. It's a good time, but I wouldn't put it up. I wouldn't put it any higher. It would be hard for me to put it in grade. If it was in grade, it'd be the absolute bottom. But I'm being a little hard on Gorod, but it's my opinion. So you're welcome to disagree, but that's where I'd put it. Now, Revelation. So it's conveniently right up top. And I'm going to get shit for this one too. I know I am. I like Revelations. Initially, like doing the hunt on the Easter egg, it sucked. But now, like, it's one of those that's hard to learn but easy to replicate. So I have a good time with it. The Easter egg's not that bad. You could do it solo. You can get up to getting the pack-a-punch weapons and the katana and then not really go any further because in the game, the boss fight is underwhelming. I understand they reused a lot of shit, but it's a simple, fun map. I would put it at the top of good. I prefer Revelations. It's objectively the most fun high round map on Black Ops 3 because there's so much variety. The Apothecary once upgrades fun. You had the Thunder Gun, you had the double pack a punch, you have the little Arnie's, you have the Ragnarok. It has all the best aspects, and also it has the most variety as far as training. The spawn room is a lot of fun. The pack a punch is a lot of fun. The Kino, you have the Kino Theater, so you can train there. You have the Origins around the generator, you can train there. You have the Mob Cafeteria, like you have so much variety there. Like high rounds is a lot of fun. But hell, I do a fucking camping strat. I do a fucking the Varrockton is set by where the electric trap is. It's so fun. It's so much fun. It's people gave it too much shit at the start. Where I do understand people's frustration about it's not original, but that's also number one. That's what people wanted. I know that's what people want because I was around at that time while watching those videos. People were begging for that. It just wasn't the it's either because it wasn't the maps they were thinking of, or B, I can't understand why. The only part of the what I would have preferred is probably put Moon instead of Horizon Jock on there, just because we just got DE. But other than that, it's objectively fun. It is the most arcading and easy to get into game map in Black Ops 3. Like zero doubt. So that's the way it rolls on there. Now, what we got next? Infinite Warfare. Okay. Zombies in Spaceland. Yeah, it's near perfect. It is the best executed non-Treyarch zombies map of all time. Not a doubt in my mind. It is objectively fun. Multiple fun wonder weapons. 5 perk limit. And especially now with director's cut, when you get all the perks, it's fun. It's a clusterfuck of fun, and it's arcadey, and there's really an arcade in there to play and get these cool different things. It's so much fun. I like the Easter egg boss fight as well. It's hard as hell. It is hard as hell, especially if you do it with co-op, because you get extra alien for each player you have. If you have shitty teammates, it is a fucking clusterfuck, but I appreciate the challenge. I have such a good time in this map. It's a shame that is bar none the best thing they had, and it kind of went downhill from there. Honestly, kind of in descending order, but yeah, I had a really good time on Johnny's Spaceland. I just want to give the appreciation that they had so promising, and they made something really good and made something in Treyarch quality. Now, moving on, Raven the Redwoods, excuse me. Put that, it's lackluster. Uh, yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah, it was not my cup of tea. Again, they did 4 wonder weapons. One of the bows are fun. The pack a punch is slow and just monotonous unless you use that teleporter thing you bought. You can use tickets on. It's colorful, so it has that going for it. It's a little bit it's vibrant, but it's not fun. Yeah, it's hard to get into, and the Easter egg's confusing. They ruined the wonder weapon everyone only did the Easter egg for. Besides the director's cut, we didn't know about it until then. Like even with director's cut, I don't enjoy the map that much. So and both of these, you go there and you go there. Ninjas ruin both of these maps, and it's too fucking buggy. And Beast Beyond, but literally, besides, honestly, I'll probably put it there. Do it better than that, just because of the fucking boss fight. Fuck both these maps. They suck. They objectively suck. I can occasionally do it. It's so bad it's good with the friends on Shaolin Shuffle. Beast and Beyond is fucking unbearable. But the Mephistopheles boss fight is part of the map, technically, because you have to beat that Easter egg in order to do it unless you do the arcade version. So, the best boss fight of all time is Mephistopheles. But the fucking Beast from Beyond is atrocious and such a migraine, and I can't stand it. But Shaolin doesn't have anything else really going for it. That's why I put it lower. Like at least Beast has that boss fight at the end. Shaolin has fucking nothing, and ninjas ruin it. And the ninja and it's fucking broken. It's a buggy ass mess. It's impossible to do the Easter eggs and have a good time. So that's where they go. Sucks because Zombie Spaceland was so promising, and I had a lot of hope. That kind of like killed the vibe for a lot of people on zombies. And then the next game did not help. What actually came next? Because it was Infinite Warfare, then it was Chronicles, and then Infinite Warfare finished up. Then it was World War II. So we're actually gonna. I thought, yeah, World War II came out before Black Ops 4. Yeah, holy crap. So we're gonna end off on, well, obviously a Cold War, but yeah, we're gonna end off on Black Ops 4. Holy shit. So the Final Reich. I want to give it credit where credit's due. It did a lot right. I will put it in the bottom of grade. Again, it's weird with these other developers doing like the worst, like their best map is the launch map. It's very strange, but the Final Reich did a lot right. I'm not crazy about the Tesla guns, but they like the layout. I like the aesthetic of World War II zombies. They did the most troubleshooting on that map and kind of fine. That was their baby. They fine tuned that one the most. So I had a really good time with it. So it is. I'll give the credit that I'll give the credit it deserves. It did a good job. So I'll put it at the bottom of grade. The Panzer Mortar was actually like the first boss where like that was the only boss I had too that actually kind of like got your blood pumping a little bit. Not for like the difficulty, but for the like it was like the whole what the fuck is that kind of thing. Like it got you like holy shit. Like you kind of got your blood pumping from that. So I'll give it that credit and the Notebook. I don't know why they never brought that back. That was such a good mechanic, and also having an easy and a hard Easter egg, so everybody can enjoy it. Like they did so many good things they didn't bring back. And I don't know why. They did so much right on this map, and I want to give them that credit. So well done. Then next one, the Darkest Shore. I hate this map. Like, I would, I'd rather play Transit over it. I fucking can't stand this map. I don't understand why like, people are very generous at this map. I don't know why. It's untrainable. It's ugly as sin. The Ripsaw is fucking worthless besides trying to do the Easter egg, which the Easter egg is not fun. The bosses, as the fucking mutilars, are unbearable. That should be a special round. Why the fuck are those inside with zombies when there's fog and you can't see shit and they give away your position? It's fucking so bad. And there's, again, all the weapons suck against it. Like, double tap's not double tap, and again, like, those things hit you so fast because they're fucking like Dr. Octopus. And you have no jug, and like, there's no, like, delay. Like, people have, like, the crouch of death in Black Ops 3 where you just get swatted down and you can't move. That's pretty much, that's literally what World War II Zombies feels like. At least with the, what the fuck are those big brute guys called on Final Reich? Because that was the only boss there was, and sorry, I'm a little stuffed up. But that was the only boss, but they were slow. Like this one, they're so incredibly fast, it's impossible to even deal with. And your armor's immediately gone, and you're fucking spending 15 grand on armor by like around 20. Fucking sucks. Hate that map. Shadow Throne. It's hard because I didn't really. I'll put it at the bottom of average. I didn't play that one that much. A little bit I did. It was okay. Like I enjoyed its aspects. I never finished the Easter egg. I know about the secret room, the melee weapons, the safe part. I saw a video on. If that looks like it would fucking suck ass, especially solo, because there is no, like, the zombies stay attracted to you, so it's impossible to do that without fucking it up. But it's a nice little map. I feel like putting the bottom of average just because I didn't get the most experience into it is a fair assessment. So we'll leave it there because I the little bit I did play it, I definitely did enjoy it more than Outbreak. I definitely did enjoy it more than Rave, and so on. Next up, oh my god, fuck! I forgot about that radioactive thing. Holy shit! Well, yeah, that map is bad. I'd rather play it over the farm because it actually has a little bit of shit to do, but it still sucks. There we go. I don't know what else to say. Fuck math and zombies, and it's fucking it's shit. I'm sorry. The fucking the mad, is that what it was called? That wonder weapon was terrible. The croaks, the map's ugly. It literally looks like fucking PS2. It's and oh god, I should have ranted about this real quick. That fucking boss fight. If you have competent teammates, it's a nice little fun 5-minute sequence. But I kid you not, because I was that kid on Infinite Warfare that was trying to help out other people. Me and my one buddy, and we tried to help out other people. I kid you not, running that thing where you had to like run to the laser trap and then go do the code. I made it 100% of the time. But we did this shit for over 3 fucking hours trying to get this fucking thing through for them. And they kept on fucking up the laser. And we made it to the fucking bomb thing twice. And they fucked up the number. Like, that number was like in my head for like another 3 weeks after that. I think it was like 42153, like something like that. I was gonna fucking blow my brains out. That was the worst fucking experience I had in zombies. Like, it's not the total fault of the map, and like doing competent players is fun to do. Like, I wouldn't say it's fun to do, but it's tolerable to do once in a blue moon. But holy fuck, that was one of the hardest experience I've had. It was bad teammates. That Easter egg is fucking miserable because everyone has to make it. Not everyone's there to hold square on that fucking nuke. You can't go in. So fucking Christ. Okay. Anyway, the rant continues because the tortured path. The worst thing to fucking exist. Number one, don't experiment and make people fucking pay for it. Number two, the the Easter eggs are convoluted, make no sense, and you're putting them on a strict timer. Number three, that's the problem with Outbreak. We're gonna get into that later. The penalty of failing a challenge, which is already bad enough in an infection when you lose half the map. This one, the game just fucking ends, and you have to start back from scratch. And number four, if you want to do the Easter egg, where the only cool thing is to get that sword on the fucking survival maps, instead of letting people just do one at a time and come back to it. No, you have to go on the public fucking playlist and do all three in a row to get the sword. Or you just have to do them three in a row, like flawlessly. Like, you have to beat the fucking first one, the windmill one, and you have to go beat the ship one, and then you have to go beat the altar one. Like three in a row. Like you can't do one and come back to it later. Like if you don't do it straight three in a row, you don't fucking get the sword. Because I tried to do it because I wanted to do the sword and altar of blood because I said, that might be at our right time. Like altar is a fun little survival map. We don't have to try, and I can get the sword. Nope, couldn't fucking get it because I didn't fucking do them all three in a row. Fuck the torture path. That is the dumbest fucking thing they've ever done. And the Frozen Dawn, I didn't play this one much. Where the fuck is that thing? I didn't play it much. The little bit I did, I actually had a fairly decent time on it. I would probably put it here. Like the wonder weapons are unique. I didn't even give much of a chance. Honestly, I should put it here. Honestly, but I didn't give it much of a chance, and I dared to try the boss fight once and got killed pretty quick. So it was what it was. It was all right. I honestly kind of prefer the altar of blood survival map over almost all of these. And Groston House. Groston House. I would put it in average. Honestly, I would put it at the top of average. Go on, go where you're. There we go. Yeah, I'll put it at the top of average. It's a good challenge map. The prologue version as well is a great introduction to World War II zombies, and it's a nice challenge. I like on the Groston House version. There's a Easter egg to get pack-a-punch weapons, so you can actually last a little bit longer. And in solo, it's all right, but in co-op, it's an absolute clusterfuck, and I kind of enjoy a clusterfuck once in a while, so I'll give that credit. Now, to Black Ops 4. Now, I'm going to be a dick on Black Ops 4. Like, even if some of these maps are objectively, like, amazing layouts where they could potentially go in great or even S, they are going down a whole tier because of how fucking terrible Black Ops 4 mechanics are. Like, 9? Like, we're starting with 9, for example. Where the hell is it? Like, everyone's been putting it in great or S tier. No, it's going good. Like, it's a good layout, but it's still miserable to play because of fucking Black Ops 4 mechanics. I can't stand Black Ops 4 mechanics. And honestly, 9, where would I put it? Probably there. Like, honestly, like, it's like they definitely did the Black Ops 4 mechanics the smoothest. Like, the map works the best with Black Ops 4 mechanics, but that doesn't make it Black Ops 4 mechanics good. Like, the Black Ops 4 shit is stupid. And the funniest part is, because they did all this because we're too reliant on certain things, but that's the hypocrisy behind it, or the irony behind it, is that that's the fucking game where we're most reliant on the same shit, where every fucking player in the community is relying on the same thing. Because Black Ops 4, I can't remember every perk off the top of my head, but this is probably the majority of everyone's setup. They're always going to have stamina. They're always going to have quicker 5. They're always going to have PhD, and they're going to vary between time slip, depending on the map, Victoria's Tortoise, depending on the map, and maybe Winter's Whale, because the modifier is pretty good. Maybe. And that's about it. That's probably the variation you're going to get out of it. And guess what? What weapon everyone's going to use every fucking time, because it's literally the wonder weapon in every single map, because it's better than every single wonder weapon in that game. The Helion Salvo. Love that gun, but that's fucking stupid. That thing is better than every one weapon in that game, period. Like, the irony is they try to make it more balanced so people had more variety and they didn't rely on crushed things. And everyone, a lot of them saying crush shit all the time. Like, who the fuck is objectively gonna go in there, look into their loadout and be like, you know what, I need to run Blaze Phase. This is really gonna help my game. You wanna know when I tried running Blaze Phase? When I was trying to break the game and fucking glitch out. That's exactly when I ran Blaze Phase. Like, it's fucking infuriating how I don't know what they are thinking of Black Ops 4 mechanics. And the mechanics are so bad, they bring down these maps for me that I know are some of the best layouts, but I still don't enjoy them. So they bring, like, literally almost every map, despite how good the layout can be, it brings down a whole tier for me because how shitty Black Ops 4 mechanics are. Rant over. Okay. We'll do Voyage next. This is I'm gonna put it, and I know if anyone watches this, a lot of people are gonna disagree. Lex, if you watch this, which I hope to God you do. What's up? First of all, second of all, don't hate on me. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put it in the top of Lackluster because I'd honestly rather play it over all these maps above it. And the only reason why it's not in bad or painful because the map itself is fucking. It's so bad to play, and the Easter egg is fucking stupid and convoluted. And if you don't have a competent team, it is miserable. The reason why is staying out of that, and honestly, even despite Black Ops 4 mechanics, is not only going above bad, but also going up into Lackluster, to the top of Lackluster, is because of the boss fight. I really like that boss fight. That's probably the second best boss fight to me as far as the challenge and the balance. I have such a good time on that one. I know it's Hellion Salvo, like reliant, but I appreciate the challenge of the boss fight. It's one of my favorites, so that's why it goes there. And the nine elephant was fun, but it was a very easy to kind of cheese. Because fun fact, if you didn't know, the shield like turret thing on 9 fucking destroys the elephant. Just so you know. Anyway, so yeah, Voyage's boss fight's a lot of fun. That's why it goes up to Lackluster. So that's my defense of Voyage. I hate the fucking map layout itself, but the boss is fun. So that's why it's there. Blood. Blood. Ugh. Okay, so the way I'm going to view Blood, because if you compare it to Mob, then it's F because it fails. It failed. It failed to match up, to even match up, let alone surpass Mob. But I'm not going to look at it like that because if I was going to look at it like that, then like something like even like Tag, if it didn't live up to Call of the Dead, which a lot of people don't think it did, then maybe I have to put the Tag in F. And I know Tag doesn't deserve that. I don't think Blood does either. The Easter egg is the process of doing it. I've done it a lot. I've done it like 15 times. So trust me, I know. It is. It's hard. It really sucks. And it's a shame because I love the story. It is such an enjoyable time and like encompassing yourself in the story and getting into it. I know there's a bunch of retcons, but I love getting in that narrative and getting those and learning some of those things. But to get through some of those dumb fucking steps is miserable, and the round skips is miserable. The fact that without the monkey bombs, you have to wait to round 17 to even start it, it's fucking stupid. But the one thing I will say is the high rounds on this map are actually really fun. They're actually more fun than the actual Mob of the Dead. Because the trap in the New Industries building is overpowered as fuck, that chain trap. And I go to Hellion Salvo and then running either Vitrolic Withering or Magma Gat. It's fun. So I'm going to put it, and I'm probably being generous for a lot of people. I'm gonna put it at the bottom. I'll put it above Shadow Throne. I'll put it there. I'm probably being generous because I love the Alcatraz feel, and also the Where Are We Going song is bar none of the way the best song they've ever made. Bar fucking none. So I'm probably being generous for my love for Mob, but like the things they did wrong, they did very, very fucking wrong, but they did do some things right. I want to give them some credit. And I would objectively rather play Blood. Again, I'm kind of giving Shadow Throne shit because I barely played it, but I'd rather play Blood over all of these maps any day of the week, bar none, like easily. And then Classified. I'm gonna get shit for this as well. Like Classified, I'm despite no Pentagon Thief, in my opinion, Classified's better than five. And I'm going to put it at bottom of good. For now, Black Ops 4, top of average. Classified is it's a lot of fun. The Winter's House actually competent and usable, and with PhD, it was like very needed on five. Again, no Pentagon Thief sucks, but you still get the bonfire sale from doing the by just surviving in no man's land. Like having no man's land is another option for training. It's actually a lot of fun, and the longer you stay there, the more open areas get. I enjoy it. Like it's actually fun for high rounds, and then so I want to give it some kind of credit, but Black Ops 4 still kind of kills it for me. So it's top of average. Be top of average, bottom of good, kind of depending on my mood. But I'm hitting Black Ops 4 a lot right now, so that's where it's going. Um, I believe that's the first four. So Dead of the Night. Duh. I have such an on and off relationship with this map. There are some times where I can really appreciate it and think it's one of the better maps of Black Ops 4, and there's sometimes I would put it in painful. I'm going with the Black Ops 4 maps that I'd rather play because the Wonder Weapon's definitely, even though I hate the RNG of the Wonder Weapon, the any version of the cast area is better than any of the Krakens. And now I'm just, would I rather play it over Shadow Throne? Yes. Would I rather play it over Blood? That's the thing. I don't think I would. Because the Catalyst is the worst on this map. The Catalyst ruined this map for me. As well as having the vampires. The regular vampires are worse than the Nosferatu, the red ones. And then the werewolves as well, that only really get damaged by the silver bullets. So you have to have. Yeah, I wouldn't put any higher than that. Like, some things they do right, but there's too much shit going on the map to be for any casual to have fun with it. And I don't like the fucking Easter egg. The boss fight is feels so fucking buggy and rushed, and the worst fucking launch in zombies history. Again, I keep up this shit. I'm fucking like obsessed with this shit. And when I'm at fucking work and then I just go on my phone, I'm like, what the fuck? There's an Easter egg guide. Like that's bad. When I don't even know a map comes out, that's fucking bad. So I it, I never had much good memories on this map. So I'd honestly rather play Blood over it. I don't want to give too much shit because it is definitely objectively better than Voyage, but I'm not a big Dead of the Night fan. Again, that's my personal opinion. It's all my personal opinion, so you can disagree, but don't be a prick. All right. Now we would get into Ancient Evil. Another opinion people are not going to agree with. Ancient Evil is better than 9. Sorry. The Wonder Weapon's way better. I like the aesthetic of the map way better. There's a lot of good training spots. Like that fucking area where Pegasus initially shows up. It's so fun to train. and you still have the part, and you still have the other side on Pack a Punch. You have so much shit to do. Wonder Weapons you can constantly change out constantly. The trials, I really enjoy it. I would honestly put it in great to near perfect. It wasn't on Black Ops 4. Like Black Ops 4 ruined it for me that much because this honestly could either go anywhere in here or even up here. Like I love the layout that much, but fucking Black Ops 4 just it kills it. It still does because still you still have to use the rocket launcher. So that goes there, and again more of the controversial. So again, I like this. I like the Easter egg substance because tagged or totem. I hate Black Ops 4. Did it do better than? Did it do better than Call of the Dead? Do I like? No, it didn't. But it's still good. I would put it at the bottom. I'm trying to think. Do I like it better than Classified? Should I put Classified higher? Hmm. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Because I prefer Classified over Tag. Like I know there's no Easter egg on Classified, but I prefer like training and running the Winter Silence up over the Thunder Gun. It feels just fucking underwhelming. That Wonderwaffe sniper sucks, and the Thunder Gun is fucking stupid. And the heat pack's buggy. It's very buggy. Like I have a problem with the slow movement, especially on Black Ops 4 because everything feels slow on Black Ops 4. But then you try to correct that with the heat pack, but then the heat pack sometimes bugs out, and then you can't re get it, and then you're fucked, and your run's ruined. But also Tag has one of the easiest fucking high rounds because you can just sit at the top of the ship and just blast the Helion salvo. So it's each to their own, but that's probably where I put it. I'm trying to be fair to it. I don't know. I don't think it deserves average, but I would prefer Classified over Tag. So Classified got upgraded. And oh, I forgot about Alpha Omega. Yeah, fuck that map. It is so. It is the most boring and just vanilla and just nothing to do. You don't give a fuck about it map. It like there is no appeal to ever go back to it. I don't remember where I put Nuketown. I put Nuketown a lackluster or bad. I'm gonna put. I'd rather play it over like Attack or the radioactive thing, so I'll probably put it top of bad. But it is so underwhelming. And that was like the epic map of having all eight characters potentially having ultimates and premise together. It was just such a letdown, such a fucking letdown, and it's so not fun to train anywhere. Like there's nowhere to even enjoy doing any high rounds. Like I don't know how they fucked it up so bad. They somehow made the layout of Nuketown worse. Like I don't know what the fuck they did, but yeah, Black Ops 4 was not it for me. But move on to the current, and I actually have the opposite problem. Where the gameplay in Cold War is super fluent, I enjoy the hell out of it. The but there's no substance. I don't like even like Blood. Everyone hates Blood. I've done Blood's Easter egg 15 times. I've done the Blood of the Dead Easter egg more than I've done any of these other maps Easter eggs combined on this game, and I'm not kidding. Because I have no reason to go back and do them. Like I'll do them once for myself, and maybe one more time to help out one of my friends, and then I won't touch it again because I don't care that the story is not there, and it's never good for a game where I have to go out of my way. Like I get games like Skyrim and like Fallout shit for this because I would have to go out of my way to get the most out of it, and that's what feels like this game is, which I think is crap. So the gameplay itself was fun. I feel like they kind of need to combine the story, like the narrative of Black Ops 4, and the gameplay of Cold War in this next game on Vanguard, and they have a fucking bomb. They have like one of the best games. Like it could possibly even match Black Ops 3 as far as like hype. But what we have what we have. Dean Machine I enjoy the gameplay of Demon Machine. I would put it. I'm a Zetsubo lover. I'll put it right there. I like Demon Machine. It the die Wonder Weapon sucks, but the layout I really like it. I like that they're adding the perks in. I like the fact that you can just buy all your perks. I kind of got rid of the microtransaction issue, and again having like that first map and having like it's kind of nice having like the best weapon in the game be the ray gun again, especially on that map. It's nice to have that again. So I like the machine, and the Easter egg is it's but the game plays a lot of fun, and again having a nice ray gun, I'll give it some credit. Firebase Z, I will put at the. I'd rather play it over these other maps, but not. Yeah, I'd probably put it there. It's definitely the worst Cold War map. It's underwhelming as far as round base goes. Yeah, I plus I probably overplayed it too because that is I'll give it that is the best map to grind for camos because you get a bunch of the fucking mimics and you get manglers and they all count as bosses and now you get a nice little spot in the office to camp. So it's the best for that for grinding camos if you're into that kind of thing. But Easter egg is fucking boring. It's because you fight order just for doing higher rounds, and honestly, arguably the round 30 order is more challenging than the actual Easter egg order, which is fucking really bad. So yeah, I don't know. The map is kind of bland for me, so I'll put it there. And the Ray K got nerfed way too many fucking times to be for it to be. I don't even like using the Ray K. Like I'd rather the fact that they fucking destroyed the Ray K so much and they don't have the ray gun in there kind of ruins the map too. So especially after that update where the zombies health got buffed, it's kind of hard to run shotguns and shit. So there we go. And we'll do Mauer last. So Outbreak. I think I'm gonna be kind of harsh on Outbreak. The mode's boring. Like I enjoyed the first Easter egg because I appreciate the challenge of it, but then they nerfed it and now it's fucking underwhelming again. Uh, I, I'd rather play Outbreak over Voyage. I'd rather play it over probably probably there honestly. I'd rather play it over the Shadow Throne, but I'd still rather play Down the Night and Blood over it. Like it's because again they're a massive substance. Like Outbreak is like the complete definition of the problem with Cold War. There's no substance. It's just they throw multiplayer maps in and give you some objectives, and you go back and do the same thing over and over again. It's just monotonous. People appreciate the challenge. Good for them. I personally don't. I think it has a lot of potential, and it's definitely the most out there. Like not like the. It's so different to what traditional zombies is, so I don't want to shit on it because it's something new, and I appreciate something new. But and at least at least they made it free. They didn't do this bullshit where they fucking charged you for an experiment. Like they're letting you and they're I don't know how well they're taking feedback, but hopefully in the next time they come in and bring this back in, they kind of flesh out a little bit more and give it stuff more to do and have some more substance, or even do some unique zombie locales. Like I would be ecstatic if they did something like Alcatraz as an Outbreak, where you had the whole island and it's like you don't have to do the insane detail like a Blood or Mob, but it's the Alcatraz prison is dark and you have zombies running around. And you throw and like and then the Knights of Realm map can be like the cafeteria, and then you can go into like crazy detail. Like shit like that would be fun. Like these need some like I want to give a shit about where I am and like want to explore it. So and then Mauer is bar none in the way the best Black Ops Cold War map. The Cerberus is a lot of fun. The boss fight's definitely underwhelming. And again, if you don't listen to the intel, like you have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like I honestly didn't know Valentina was the enemy until I watched Mr. Waffle's video. So honestly, there, yeah, I like that list. I think it's better than Deep Machine, but I definitely rather play in that order. So there we go. That is again my opinion. My opinion. Okay? Don't give me shit. This is my personal opinion. If you can disagree, I have no problem disagreeing, but if you be a fucking prick, I'm gonna block it or I'm gonna give you shit. One of the two. But here you go. So take it for what it is, and if you disagree, be formal and just don't be an asshole. And if you disagree, just make a friendly conversation as to why. Like I'd like to hear you guys' opinions. So leave that there for a second. I appreciate you guys watching. This has been a long one. Holy shit, it's been about an hour and a half. I need to go to fucking bed. It's 2 a.m. So if you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like. And yeah, again, comment what you guys think of it. If you agree somewhat. If you don't, just like a couple things. Or if you think I'm an absolute fucking maniac, then let me know. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. You have a good rest of your day. And I will catch you sometime soon, hopefully on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.